Hey guys, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the chapter. As you know that last week we have finished half of this chapter and one topic of this chapter was left. So today we'll discuss that and we'll complete this uh, the remaining topic of this chapter. But before completing that, before going to that topic, I want to just take a recap of what we have seen last week. Okay, we have seen about transitive and intransitive, about subject of a verb and object of a verb. We have seen what is transitive verb. We have seen some of the examples, some of the rules also, how we can find subject of a verb, right? We have seen that. We have seen what is transitive verb, how it works, how it gives the effect. Okay, a verb which has an object is known as transitive verb, in which we have seen how we can find out the transitive or intransitive. What was intransitive verb? Intransitive verb means a verb which does not have an object is known as intransitive verb. So we have also learned how we can find out object, transitive and intransitive, how we can find subject of a verb, how we can find object of a verb, right? We have everything, we have seen it, right? And today we have completed this exercise also, and today we are going to see about direct and indirect objects. Okay, so direct and indirect object. Okay, all sentences have a subject and a verb. All sentences have a subject and a verb. This is possible means it is like you can say every sentence have a subject or verb. It can't be like means a sentence without a subject or without a verb. Okay, every sentences have a subject or a verb. Some sentences may also have an object after the main verb. Yeah, some sentences have also object after the main verb. Okay, main verb. What is that main verb? Main verb means which can give a meaning. A whole sentence means it is a whole verb which acts alone in a sentence. Okay, that is said to be the main verb. Okay, so we can see object after the main verb. An object is a part of the predicate in a sentence. It receives the action done by the subject. An object is a part of the predicate. It is the part of a predicate. You know how to find out the predicate from a sentence. Okay, subject and predicate, you have seen that. So we can see how we can find the predicate. In that also we can see object is also a part of a predicate. Okay, it receives the action done by the subject. Yeah, it receives, the object receive the action that is done by the subject. For example, Ramesh kicked the football. The action is the action starts from Ramesh and it reached up to the football, and football is the object. Okay, so the action which is started from the subject and it receives by the object. Okay, the action which is done by the subject and it received by the object. Okay, so our object is a part of a predicate in a sentence. We'll see types of objects. There are two types of object we are talking about direct and indirect object. Okay, for example, the mother fed her child milk. Milk is a direct object and her child is indirect object. How we can say that? How you can identify whether object is direct object or whether the another one is indirect object? How we can find out? So let's see how we can find out whether the examples given in a sentence whether they are direct object or indirect object. Okay, a direct object answer the question what, who, and whom. What, who, or whom. As you know, how we are finding subject of a verb by questioning what or whom, right? Like that also here, after the verb, first of all you have to find out the verb, and after the verb you can ask the sentence. What you can ask the sentence? You can answer the question what, whom, and who. Okay, when you will ask the questions like this, what has been done, who has been done, for whom it has been done, then it could said to be direct object. Okay, for example, you can see how a direct object answer the question. Okay, for example, it is given Ricky threw pebbles in the pond. Okay, pebbles is direct object. How? When we ask a question, what did Ricky throw? What did Ricky throw? Ricky threw pebbles. When we used to ask the question after the main verb, when we will ask a question of what, who, and whom to a sentence, then we will be able to find the direct object in a sentence. Okay. So here also we have seen what did Ricky throw? Ricky threw pebbles. So pebble is a direct object. And now about indirect object. Indirect object answer the questions to whom, for whom. Okay, indirect question means indirect object, it answers the question to whom and for whom. It often come after a preposition. Preposition, it often comes after a preposition. Indirect object, it always comes after the preposition. There can be no indirect object without a direct object. Means if there will be a direct object, then only it is possible the sentence will have indirect object. Otherwise there will be no object, then there will be no indirect object. If the direct object is there in a sentence, then only it is possible that indirect object is also there in a sentence. Okay, now let's see. For example, he passed a packet to Nikki. Here Nikki is indirect object, and you can see here preposition. It comes after the preposition. Indirect object always comes after the preposition. So here to is a preposition and indirect object is Nikki. As you can ask the question, indirect object ask the question to whom and for whom. So now we'll ask the question. The packet is passed to whom? The packet is passed to whom? To Nikki. It was passed to Nikki. And what was given to Nikki? Packet. What was given to Nikki? Packet. It is a direct object. Packet is a direct object because it asks the question what. Okay, when after the main verb in a sentence you will ask a question of what, then it will be direct object. And if you will ask a question of to whom, for whom, then it will be indirect object in a sentence. Okay, now let's see second example. Rama gave me the notes. Here what is me and what is notes? Let's see. What Rama gave to me? Notes. When we are asking question of what, then what it tells about direct object, and to whom Rama gave the notes, then me. It is indirect object. When in a sentence it asks a question of what, then it is said to be direct object. When in a question in a sentence it to whom, when we are asking a question of to whom, then it is said to be indirect object. So what you have to remember here, you have to remember here that in indirect object answer the question to whom and for whom. Okay, but in a direct object answer the question, direct object answer the question of what, who, and whom. Okay, so what you have to remember, just you have to remember this only, that a direct object answer the question what, who, and whom, and indirect object answer the question to whom, for whom. Okay, now let's see, we will see some more examples. Okay, here we'll see some transitive verbs can take two objects, direct object and indirect object. Okay, we have learnt about direct and indirect object. Now we'll see some more examples. Okay, the students gave their teachers some flowers. Okay, Kitty wrote Veena a letter, and a library lends people books. The explorer gave the Jew a rare bird that he had caught. Now we will ask a question of what, who, or whom after the main verb, and later we will ask a question of to whom and for whom for finding the indirect object. Okay, now let's see. The student gave what? The student gave flowers. The student gave whom? To whom they had given? They had given these flowers to teacher. Okay, so here flower is direct object and teacher is indirect object. Okay, the verb gave therefore has two objects, right? Flowers and teacher. The answer to what give us the direct object flowers, but the answer to whom gives us the indirect object, that is teacher. Okay, now we have seen what is the how we can find direct object and indirect object. There's no problem in finding out the direct or indirect object, right? Or in other words, the things that is given flower is called the direct object. The persons to whom it is given, the teacher, is called the indirect. No, you can, in a very easy things, you can just, you have to ask the question of what, who, or whom after the main verb. Then we will able to find out the direct object. And for finding the indirect object, you can ask the question of to whom and for whom. Okay. Kitty wrote what? Kitty wrote letter, that is indirect, direct object. Kitty wrote whom a letter? To whom she has written the letter? She has written the letter to Veena. Here also the direct object is the thing written, that is the letter, and the indirect object is the person to whom it was written, that is Veena. Same as the library lends what? Library lends books. A library lends book to whom? A library lends the book to people. Okay. The explorer gave the Jew a rare bird that he had caught. Here, bird, living thing, is a direct object, and a zoo, a non-living thing, the indirect. That is not the matter. Only you have to ask the question of what, who, whom, and for indirect object you have to ask the question of for whom, to whom. Okay. Remember that when a verb has only one object, the term direct object and indirect object are not used. Yeah, when there is one object, then you can't ask the question of direct or indirect. But where there are more than one object, then you have to ask the question of direct or indirect, and you know how to find out direct and indirect object in a sentence, right? We simply call the one object the object. Okay. Now here some of the exercise given. Pick out the verbs. First you have to pick out the verbs. Then what you have to do? Then you have to find out the subject and object. Okay. Then you have to find out transitive verbs, and later you have to find out the objects, and you have to say whether they are direct or indirect object. As you know that transitive verbs have object, and it will be said that transitive verb has an object. So the object, indirect object or direct object, is only possible when there is, means it is a transitive verb. Means when there is object, whether they are direct object or indirect object, it is said to be a transitive verb. So in this exercise what it is given, that you have to find out the verbs, subject and object, then transitive verb, means they are the intransitive verb. Okay, and then you have to find out the direct and indirect objects. Okay, so this is all about today, and hope you have understood the video. If you have any kind of doubt, you can ask to me. Okay, so have a nice day to all.